Hi guys, happy June! Wow, can you believe how far into the year we are? Whoa, it's mental, isn't it? So, how did you get on with feeling good in May? Was it good? Did you feel good? Did it help you to focus on good stuff? Did it help you to focus on stuff that makes you feel good? Or did you kind of lose it halfway through the month? Now, I just wanted to talk about that real quick because that's natural and normal. Um, Whenever you start a new daily practice, whatever it is, there's a period where you're like, yes, I'm full into it. And then there comes a period where life gets in the way, where it just it falls down the priority list. So it starts like, yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it every day, and I'm really determined. And then it just starts to fall down the priority list, and that is normal. And what I want you to realize with this is that when that happens, you have two choices. Number one, oh, forget it. Oh, I've lost it now. Oh, I'm not doing it now. I'm not, forget it. I've fallen off the wagon. That's the end of that. Or two, yeah, I was doing that, wasn't I? Back on the wagon, back on the horse. And the former is what most of us do. And what I used to do for years when I tried to start or stop a new habit, there'd come a point where I'd fall off the wagon. Oh, forget it, I'm not doing it. Forget it, I can't do it. Rather than saying, okay, do I actually want to do this? Let's recommit. And I had to do that 3 or 4 times in May because I kind of forgot about feeling good as a practice, and I wasn't making it a priority, and I was doing things that made me feel good, but I wasn't doing them deliberately. And I had to sort of say to myself, okay, do I want to do this? And of course the answer is yes, because why wouldn't I want to feel good, frankly? It's a bit of a no-brainer. But I had to ask myself, do I want to do it? Do I want to do it enough to recommit? And if I do, what am I going to do today? And this is why, for every practice that we have, I have an easy way to follow the practice. Because you could say, okay, like the practice is feeling good this month, we're going to just feel good 24/7. And at some point, probably on day one, you wouldn't feel good, and then you'd fall off the wagon, and that'd be that. Whereas if it's really easy, you can just go back to the easy practice. Do one thing that feels good. Okay, I can do that. That's easy. And it's doing it with deliberateness. And I think there's a real power in deliberately taking care of yourself, deliberately being self-loving, deliberately feeling good, deliberately being joyful, deliberately doing something for your energy. I think there's a real power in really focusing on it and saying, yes, this is what I'm going to do. So there you have it. If you are prone to that kind of beginning of the month high and then middle of the month falling off the wagon, don't worry about it. It happens to everybody. It's fine. If you really want to engage in the practice, do what I do and put a reminder on your phone so that every morning it will say daily practice, and you go, okay, yeah, what is it this month? Yes, I can do that. So give yourself the best chance of success you can. Don't just kind of go, oh yeah, I remember. Oh, it's the 30th, I forgot. Which is so easily done. Lives are so busy, there's so much going on. And that's what I found sort of mid-month. I had a really, really busy couple of weeks. And it was just not, I didn't have time to think about feeling good. But when I remembered, the practice is just do one thing that makes me feel good. And that could be a deep breath or a stretch. It could be something really, really simple. So it doesn't have to take ages. Anyway, this month we have a slightly different daily practice. And I had to really think about this one because the whole point of these daily practices are to help us fall in love with our lives. And this one, I was like, do I want to do this? And I gave it as an option in the poll that I did in the Facebook group. And it came out in the top 6. And I thought, well, okay, people obviously want this. And then I thought about it some more, and I thought, yes, it does. It does have a massive impact on how much you love your life. I haven't told you what it is yet, have I? We're 5 minutes in, I haven't even told you what it is. It is clutter clearing. Clutter clearing. And I'm kind of going to merge it with clearing up mess. So I'm going to call it clutter clearing, but I personally am going to be clearing up mess to start with. And clutter clearing will come as a part of cleaning like messy areas. I'm just sort of looking around my office going, yep, I can see that messy area and that messy area and that messy area. But when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, if you have got a lot of clutter hanging around, if you have to spend 15 minutes looking for anything in your house, if you are constantly surrounded by mess and stuff, that does bring you down. It does weigh you down. It's why spring cleaning has such a great effect on us, because that action of clearing out, of making space, of creating space, of letting go of things that no longer serve you, of just releasing what you don't need anymore, is powerful stuff. And it's kind of a like an underlying thing that you wouldn't think, oh, I'm going to fall in love with life, I'm going to clear clutter. You wouldn't think that would be a thing, but actually it can make a big difference to your life. So that's our practice for this month. And I want to say, let it be easy. I say this about every practice, but really let it be easy. You don't have to, by the end of the month have a Marie Kondo style. I don't even know what Marie Kondo does really, because I just know her name is out there, and she's pretty full on, like, throw everything out basically. You don't have to have stripped your house of all its possessions by the end of this month. That would be weird. All you need to have done is thought about clearing clutter every day. That's it. And I have 2 suggestions for easy ways to practice this practice. One is to clear one item of clutter a day, like literally just one item. Just find one thing to throw, to donate, or to give away, or to sell, or whatever, and do that one thing a day. Or spend 5 or 10 minutes on it a day. Now, again, I want you to think about making this really easy for yourself. You can, if you want to, spend 24 hours a day for the whole of June doing it, and you can at the end have a really, house full of nothing. I'm not going to do that. I actually like stuff. So I think one of the things that we'll discuss in the month is the definition of clutter. It's not just having a lot of stuff, it's stuff that you no longer identify with, no longer want to keep, and no longer serves you, no longer, not just brings you joy or is useful, because I think sometimes that's a bit of a grey area, but things that you look at and you think, why have I kept that thing? I keep so many things for just in case I need it. You wouldn't believe the amount of elastic bands I have in my house, just in case. I never need an elastic band, ever. I can't remember the last time I used one. And yet, I have bazillions of them. Now, because I'm, I've been brought up to keep things just in case I need them. I won't throw out all my elastic bands, but I will clear them down to, 1 or 2. Because there really is no need for me to have 6 million elastic bands. And I can think of a lot of things in my house that I'm like, oh yeah, I might need that one day. And my method of clutter clearing for years was just to wait till I had PMT, and then I'd get so fed up with all the stuff, I would throw everything away. I had black bags all over the place. And then, of course, I would inevitably throw away things I wanted. So now I try not to do that, but I haven't had a good clutter clear for a really long time, and I'm literally just looking around my office going, yeah, what is all that stuff there? And yeah, the elastic band thing, really. And notebooks, you wouldn't believe the number of notebooks I have, and I don't need to keep them all. I never look at them. This is the thing. I've got all these notebooks that I never ever look at. So clutter clear it. So I am actually going to commit to doing between 5 and 10 minutes a day through the whole of June. I'm just going to pick an area and clear clutter off of that area. So my desk is what that'll take at least 10 minutes. I've got a little bookshelf next to my desk, which I can see just by looking at it now is absolutely covered in stuff, a lot of which can be put away, but some of which is on its way out of the house and has been since Christmas. So so that is going straight into the donation box. So to prepare, you might want to get some boxes or bags at the ready. I have actually, fortunately, just had a delivery, so I've got a couple of boxes spare, so I am going to use them. I don't recommend that you go and buy boxes. More clutter, it's more stuff. You don't want to go buy anything. You can just use a bag. Just use a bag. One for recycling, one to sell, one to chuck in the bin. So we shall see. One of my major sources of clutter is things I'm going to sell. I am going to, honest, governor. So I need to get on with it because I've got stuff that's been sat there for 3 years. So I'm like, yeah, I'll eBay that. I've never eBayed it. I don't think I've ever eBayed it. I buy loads of stuff off eBay, but I've never sold anything off eBay, I don't think. Isn't that bad? Anyway, so there we have it. Clutter clear. So in the comments below, let me know if you are all in on this one. If you are like, oh hell yeah, there's stuff to be chucked in my house. If you're like, really, clutter clearing, that's a fall in love with life exercise, I don't think so. If you are going to do one thing a day, if you're going to do 5 to 10 minutes a day, what are you going to do? What are you going to commit to? And remember, let it be easy. I recommend that it's a daily action because that's just easier to maintain over a month. If you go, yeah, I'll do it every Saturday. Oh, I'm away that Saturday and I'm out that Saturday. I'm really busy that Saturday. So that just leaves one Saturday and I can't really bother to do it that Saturday. It's much easier to just go, okay, I'm going to do 5 minutes a day or get rid of one thing a day or whatever. So let me know in the comments what you're going to do, how committed you are to this one, and let's see how it feels to be less encumbered by the end of this month. All right, take care, guys. Bye.